I guess when we woke up this morning, we didn't really expect for any big Favre news to come down, but that's sort of the way Favre operates. Just when you think there's a lull, boom, something breaks. Just like last season, 2 days before training camp, Favre informed the Vikings he wasn't going to be coming back, and then obviously 3 weeks later, he does return. Well, this time around, 5 days into training camp, and the news comes down about 9:30 this morning, 9:30 Monday morning, that Favre retiring. And just to give you kind of a lay of the land of what happened during practice, the reports came out of Favre informing the Vikings he was retiring right around 9:30, 9:45, and right before that time, and even throughout the first hour of practice, you had a meeting of the minds between the two practice fields, between Ziggy Wilf, Mark Wilf, the Wilf family, Rob Brzezinski and Rick Spielman from the Vikings front office. Brad Childress was involved, going back and forth, and other key members of the Vikings front office. And it wasn't like one of those casual shoot the breeze type meetings. It was, okay, we have a serious situation on our hands type meetings. And obviously, following the news throughout the day, Favre texting teammates, informing the team, this is based on reports, that he is indeed retiring heading into next season. Now the problem is, how much stock can you put into this, even if Favre does come out, and he hasn't yet, if he does come out and say, I'm hanging it up, I'm retiring, that's all. Do we wait 2 weeks for him to change his mind again? I mean, it's a boy who cry wolf situation. It's tough to read. Brad Childress came out in his press conference at 11 o'clock on Monday morning and just flat out, I don't know if he flat out denied, but he essentially said it's a fluid situation right now. Favre hasn't informed him that he's retiring, and used the word fluid multiple times. And after practice was over in the morning, the players met around Childress. All 80 men on the roster met around Childress for about 5 or 6 minutes or so. And the message was clear to them because everybody was saying, all 7 or 8 players that had group media sessions were saying, they don't know anything. Favre hasn't told them anything. They're in the dark. They hope he returns. But from the Viking standpoint and from Favre's standpoint, no direct word on the situation publicly. So plenty of this is going to play out over the next few weeks. And I should mention that Ryan Longwell, close friends with Brett Favre, they talk on almost a daily basis, at least through text messages or phone calls. He said he swapped text messages with Favre at 7:30 on Monday morning, and then they exchanged some sort of a phone chat or something 15 minutes before practice on Monday morning, and he had no indication that Favre was going to retire either. So just sort of a crazy situation here with for what seems like the 20th year in a row where Favre comes out with some sort of a retirement announcement at some point, and we're just, I guess, waiting for him to come public and release a statement, and same for the Vikings. So other than that, a productive day for Sage Rosenfels, productive day for the most part for Tavares Jackson, and it seems right now like those two guys have to be preparing as if they're the number 1 and number 2 starters. Jackson taking most of the reps with the first team offense, but Sage, after throwing 4 interceptions on Saturday night, or throughout Saturday's practices, has really recovered the last couple days and had himself a nice couple practices. So good to see out of Sage Rosenfels, and his situation completely in flux. He goes from a guy who might be the odd man out if Favre sticks around to a guy who has an outside shot, I suppose, at starting if he puts together a decent training camp and a decent preseason if Favre's not in the picture. So plenty at stake for Sage. Beyond that, keep your ears and eyes peeled. We'll keep you posted on 1500ESPN.com as the Favre situation unfolds. I'm Phil Mackey. Talk to you later.